Okay. All right.
In the Inland Empire, and that is BMW of Ontario. Visit us today, just east of Interstate 15 off Harupa Street, or online at bmwofontario.com.
That's right.
That's
It's the
right.
morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Glad to have you on today's show. We got lots to talk about, and coronavirus is still in the news. Hasn't gone anyway. Sad to say. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there keeping our room nice and tidy. Jesse, what's going on in life?
Good morning. Life is good.
Good.
Just enjoying the beautiful day. It was warm yesterday. I don't know about where you were, but it was really warm.
Yeah. How warm was it? Like 89, 90?
I think we're in the 90s.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Riverside, right? So
Yeah, Riverside.
Moreno Valley. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a warm up, and will it be a cool down? We'll find out around the corner. Where are you tuning in from around the world? We want to know on our social media, chat room, Facebook, YouTube, and of course our friends at Periscope on Twitter. Today is the Friday of the weekend. Yay! What are you going to do this weekend? That's what I want to know. It is currently National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, National Bubble Tea Day, National Bugs Bunny Day, National Honesty Day, National Oatmeal Cookie Day, National Preparathon Day, National Raisin Day, National Sarcoidosis Day, National Military Brats Day, National Hairstylist Appreciation Day, National Arbor Day, which is the last Friday in April, and National Hairball Awareness Day. Of these, which you not celebrate today? No, I'm just kidding.
I will not celebrate National Hairball Day.
I don't know. Kind of thinking we need to. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go to that one. Let's see if we should. For the feline in your group, it's kind of important to know about hairballs. Do you know there are tips for managing hairballs, Jesse?
No, I don't. I don't have a cat, so I don't know.
It says regular grooming helps reduce the amount of hair your cat ingests. That's true. Brushing your cat every day has the added benefits of reducing the amount of shed hair around the house and offers your cat some extra attention. You know what I say? That's a lot of work. Look for products that help to prevent hairballs. Shampoos and wipes may reduce the amount of shedding. Some types of cat food may help to reduce the amount of shedding too. Designed to improve the health of a cat's coat, the foods are nutritionally packed. I will say this, though, when it gets to be warmer, cats do shed a lot. So, for those of you that want, again, your allergies to be A-okay, do make sure you do maintain that. I didn't know about the special shampoo, especially if your cat doesn't like shampoo, but whatever. Which of these do you want to celebrate, Jesse?
Let's go with the Oatmeal Cookie Day. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, let's see. Oatmeal Cookie Day. Do you like oatmeal cookies? I think it depends on how they're cooked, really.
I do like oatmeal cookies.
You really do? Okay. Let's see. Well, here's the good news about oatmeal cookies. All right. One, it may lower cholesterol. Depends how it's made. Oatmeal reduces the risk of heart disease. Who knew? According to the American Cancer Society, eating a diet high in fiber may help reduce your risk for cancer. It may reduce your risk of cancer. The grain is low in fat. Did not know that. Oatmeal is low in calories. That makes sense. Add oatmeal to your diet as a good source of iron and fiber. Oh, so big in the iron department. Who knew? Oatmeal cookies have been around since the 1800s. The cookies became popular by the 1900s. A recipe for the delicious treats appeared on containers of Quaker oats. Oatmeal cookies are considered health food because they're an excellent source of iron and fiber. So there you go. Who knew? And there you go. So you know what? You feel good about oatmeal cookies. I had no idea. I'm going to feel like more productive eating oatmeal cookies than not. Right
now, I feel way better eating them now. So I'm not gonna eat a box, but
I like oatmeal cookies with like raisins in them. Is it like for the juiciness?
Right? I do like the raisins in there. They're good.
Yeah, let's say hello to our social media audience. Rosalie Huerta says good morning with hearts. Happy Friday. Yay. Viviana says good morning, exclamation, yay. Stephanie Reed says hello, happy editing. This glorious chilly day for today's awesome busy day ahead. I think she's editing every single day. You know what? Keep doing what you're doing, Stephanie. Awesome. Rosalie says Fresno, California. Oh my goodness, 96 degrees. Yikes. Let's see. According to Viviana says tomorrow will be in the low 70s. That's actually, I think, in LA. So yay there. And so good to know. Good to know. Very good. Okay. These are some of the top headlines. More young people are falling ill with COVID-19. What? Here's another one. So you missed your second COVID shot. Now what? State reopening tied to COVID-19 vaccination rates. Huh. And let's see. Some Californians cannot get vaccine despite surge. What? Okay. So which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's go with that last one.
All right, that makes sense. Oh, and India has like 375,000. Yeah, not good over there. Let's see. According to this, the San Francisco Bay Area doctor has more than 200 patients who have inquired when they will offer inoculations against the coronavirus. One patient, who's 67, said he walked into a Safeway supermarket because signs said doses were available. According to this, they said, oh, no, they're not really available. You just have to go online. Just sign up online. It's not something he does very easily. Dr. Rowland, whose practices in Burlingame, south of San Francisco. California is swimming in vaccine is in far better shape than weeks ago when scoring an appointment was cause for celebration. LA, San Diego, and other counties are advertising that anyone can walk in for a shot, and the state is texting reminders that plenty of appointments are available. You always get the appointment ahead of time. Rural Humboldt County even declined 1,000 extra doses last week due to a lackluster demand. More than 18 million of an estimated 32 million people eligible for vaccine in California are fully or partially vaccinated, including nearly half of people in economically vulnerable zip codes hardest hit by the pandemic. 73% of residents 65 and older. The country's most populous state, like much of the U.S., appears to have hit a vaccine plateau. The dwindling demand for vaccines says the challenge that the U.S. faces in trying to conquer the pandemic, even though other countries are in the midst of full-blown medical emergencies and short on vaccine, doesn't mean everyone in California wants a vaccine can get one, as Dr. Rowland's patients can attest. Another person, Marley's Mokhtarzadeh, was turned away from a downtown pharmacy offering the one-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine by a clerk who told her to make an appointment online. But he's 80, isn't able to do that, and their granddaughters also failed to book them an appointment. She's worn down by repeated attempts to get a slot through a toll-free number, so she'll wait for Dr. Rowland, her physician of 3 decades, to get the vaccine instead. She said, quote, I'm not a young girl. I'm trying to find somebody that will give me the shot, and they have it at the Walgreens in Millbrae, and I don't know why they won't give me the shot. Oh, poor thing. I've seen a couple like elderly ones go like, hello. It says it like it's obvious, but because, it's like, when they have to do that, they should at least have a call sheet in, right? Like make an appointment here and we could call it in for you, right? At least they should offer some type of customer service. Customer service has been lacking as of late. Have you noticed?
Honestly, no. Every place I go to, customer service is awesome.
I'm moving to Riverside, seriously. LA, I don't know how many people are like, Yesterday, I think, or the day before, I was at Target. You know how they always say, do you want a bag?
Yeah.
Okay. And evidently, if you change your mind at the end of the transaction and you go, oh, can I have a bag? And you give them like $1, you know what they say?
No.
I can't give it to you because I can't open the drawer. I go, well, charge for the bag. There's no charge on the bag thing. I go, but wait a minute, hold on. If I want to buy something here, I get charged for it, right? And then you open it. Yeah. But there's none for me to purchase a bag? No. Does that not cause some oddity in your brain to say, Target, should you really be charging for bags if you can't even charge for a bag by putting it in a code?
Right? That's kind of dumb, but
she literally told me, she goes, it's no fault of hers. That's how they get trained. She goes, well, I asked you for a bag during, and you didn't say anything. I said, but now I'm saying something. I want a bag. Maybe give me 2. I think I said. And she was like, I can't. I have to wait for somebody else to have the. So you get that. It was absurd. It really was. It was a back and forth, just absurdity. So Target, get on it. Seriously. That means you probably don't even have to charge for it. You probably are. And if there is no UPC code, or there's no seriously, how are you tracking this? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just wondering. Okay, Dr. Kirsten Bibbins Domingo, Epidemiology and Biostatistics Chair, said at the University of California in San Francisco, we want to reach all people. What happens at this point in the process is each person we try to reach becomes a little harder to reach. Yeah, no, duh. You're making it difficult for them. They're like, forget that. It's not as easy as putting up a mass vaccination sign and saying if you build it, they will come. I don't know, but pretty much kind of coming. Counties, cities, and providers nationwide are turning to paramedics to deliver in-home shots or arrange transportation to vaccination sites. Good to know. And even offering incentives to try to reach as many people as possible. Like California, many states have more doses than arms to put them in. And, I'm just going to hang out at the DMV. I was like near at the DMV because my mom needs, to get her license renewed. And I kid you not, everybody's waiting in line. I'm kind of like wanting to update them and be like, listen to the morning show, especially if it's boring here in line, right? Wouldn't that be the right thing to do?
You would think so. Listen to our sweet nothing voice, but yeah. I was just reading Rosalie's comment on the.
Oh, what did she say? Let's see. Go ahead, read it.
I drove to. I don't understand the word. Is it Hollister?
Oh, Hollister. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a store?
I have no idea.
I
think it's a city. I don't know.
See, she drove.
Now you know how I feel when I read some of these. I'm like, I don't know.
You know what? Someone made fun of me because what was it? I had something for the first time I've never had before. It was a scone.
Scones. Yeah.
I've never had a scone before.
It sounds weird. It sounds like a virus, right? I got scone.
It does. It's only because when I go to like the bakery places, they're always like Mexican bakeries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I only experience like the Mexican bakery. So when I go to a bakery, a different one, and I see all these new things, I'm like, oh my God. So many choices.
I recommend Cardenas. Really good. They have good tamales too. In fact, I'm thinking about going up there now. And good. Oh my goodness, I want some right now. Okay. Let's move on. She says, I drove to Hollister Tuesday, which is a city. She agreed on that. To take my dad to get his first shot. The clinic just had a drive-through, no appointment needed. By the way, he had no symptoms, or at least that's what he's saying. Oh yeah, double check on that. And there you go. So there you go. It's by San Bautista and Gilroy. San Juan Bautista and Gilroy. Good to know. Now we know our demographics. That you guys are listening there. Katia Wunderland tuning in from Switzerland. Awesome. Very good. And let's see. And you said it is easy if done through Walgreens?
Yeah, I made an appointment through Walgreens. I literally did it on my phone like less than 5 minutes.
Oh, good. All right. Good to know. That's who knew. So there you go. And if you see somebody struggling, just offer some help and be like, hey, you know what? I get it. Like, you need help. And then they'll be like, oh, thank you. And, so if you see things like that, sometimes I see things and, sometimes some ladies are very mad and angry, but now I understand why. Because seriously, at least over here in LA, people are just, so if you have in your area, just be like, are you having a bad day? They go, actually, I am. I had one yesterday. I went to Macy's, kid you not, and the guy was like on auto mode, like, oh, I want to get right. And I was like, are you ready to get out? He goes, oh yeah, totally. Like he just hates his job, you could tell. But I kind of wanted to tell him, be glad you have one. So there you go. It's all perspective. But there you go. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break. We're gonna talk about this. More young people are falling ill with COVID-19. What? We'll talk about that next, and or anything else you want to talk about. Make it fun. Make it snappy. Let's make it fun. It is Friday, after all. We'll be right back right after this.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Hello, listeners. Christopher here from The Christopher Show. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about CBD. Now, CBD is not approved by the FDA as of yet. Myself, as well as millions of other people across the USA, have used it with help for pain, anxiety, sleep, and other conditions. Now, all CBD products are not equal. It really matters on where you get the CBD from. Now, I suggest you get it from a qualified pharmacist, and I happen to know of one. It's at Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California. They only carry pharmaceutical-grade CBD products of the highest quality. So if you want the best, you go to Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions. Their staff is there to help you with all your CBD, pharmacy, and mobility needs. They're located at 1680 East 6th Street in Beaumont, California. Give them a call, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California, 951-845-8252.
Don't let insurance companies make decisions for you. Go to Pass Auto Center in Banning, your one-stop repair facility with full collision repair, auto maintenance, service, and an authorized smog center. You'll also find a full-service used car lot to fit every budget with the right vehicle for you. Trade-ins are accepted and they pay cash for your car. Pass Auto Center at 2609 West Ramsey in Banning, just off the I-10 freeway between Sunset and 22nd. Call 951-849-7878.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Shadow 3413 tuning in from Huntington Beach, California. I will say one of the good things to do maybe this weekend, at least if you're in the LA area, is head down towards the beach. I did yesterday. It was nice to just kind of chill out and look at the water and look at the waves, and God, it just felt really good. So maybe do that and be awesome with it as well. Of course, there's the drive-in. I do recommend that. I did make a suggestion to somebody on that, and there's a couple things to see at the drive-in. I do always recommend the drive-in movie theater as, you know, A, you get it for less expensive. B, you get it to take in your snacks via your vehicle. And C, if you got kids, oh, come on. Even if they're like full grown, they're pretty cool. It's also good for date night if you got a date. So there's a couple that you recommended, Jesse, but I recommend the Mission Tiki Drive in Montclair. Go take maybe your family and go watch a movie. It's actually really good. Right now is playing a couple movies. I'll show it here for you guys. What are you looking forward to seeing, if anything, Jesse?
Let's see. In the theater right now, let's see. If you haven't seen Godzilla vs. Kong, that's always a great movie.
I saw it, by the way.
And how do you not like giant monsters smacking each other?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to put your brain down and just watch some monsters fight.
Yeah, I saw it at this drive-in actually, and it was I couldn't watch it on the little screen. I just had to see it on the big screen, and they had a double feature, which was Godzilla vs. Kong and then Godzilla vs. Kong. Now though, they have a couple things: the Virtuoso, along with Vanquish, and so you can check those out. Godzilla vs. Kong with Unholy, that looks a little horroristic. So, you know, for those of you that like that sort of thing. Jesse, let's see, Mortal Kombat with a Murder in the Woods. That's a Danny Trejo movie, along with some other good, fun actors. And I'm not sure if one of them came to us earlier. We'll have to see. And then The Resort with In the Earth. I don't know what In the Earth is. It looks kind of creepy, but there you go. And then, so there you go. So, and they got several there. They got the Mission Tiki in Montclair, Riverside, the Van Buren. That's one you've gone to, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the only one I go to.
Yeah, then South Bay in San Diego. They got that one. So I do recommend it. Again, adult $10, kids 5 to 9, $1. $1. You can't beat it. Like,
no, you really can't.
Take the kids. Seriously. It's the best thing for the kids, right? And they get to have fun and they get to do so. And, you know, if you have a truck or a vehicle, you know, put something in the back bed and then, you know, let them chill out. Or, you know, one person took a sofa in the back truck and I was like, you know, that's kind of cool. Rosalie says, I'm looking forward to Cruella, but that's not till May 28th. I know you got to wait a little. little bit, but I do recommend watching it like that. It's just fun, and it's goes back to yesteryear. So there you go. All right. Other news that you can use: more young people are falling ill with COVID-19. No, this can't be so. Health and government officials across the country are continuing to warn that the virus is still spreading among unvaccinated populations, with a larger share of young Americans becoming infected and in some cases hospitalized with severe cases of the virus. Vaccination totals are declining across the country, but many Americans are feeling a newfound sense of hope that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But we really got to look at this and be careful on this. COVID-19 associated hospitalizations by age have been tracked for quite some time. There was a huge spike between 65 years and older, but now you're starting to see an uptick in, below that. For the first time, patients between the ages of 18 and 64 account for the largest of 37,000 patients currently hospitalized with the virus. Remember back in the day when it was like, what was it, a year ago? When everybody was like, no, it's only 65 and older. It was like, is that it? That's the only ones that kind of get it. With more older Americans vaccinated, this marks the third week that the number of hospitalized individuals in 65 and older age group have been smaller than both the 18 to 49 and the 50 to 64 age groups. Hospitals are seeing more and more younger adults, those in their 30s and 40s, admitted with severe disease. Dr. Rochelle Walensky reported during a briefing. Experts say the exact reason behind the trend is unclear, but could include the rise of variants. We keep talking about that. Relaxed attitudes. We keep talking about that, and other mitigation measures. A younger population that is not yet fully vaccinated, vaccine hesitancy. It could also be merely more younger people getting the disease. That's kind of a generality. It's like, yeah, no doubt they're getting the disease. It's kind of the point of the numbers uptaking, but whatever. Stating the obvious. Though not all hospitalizations are the result of severe illness, state officials say the trend is worrying. Cassie Sauer, CEO and president of the Washington State Hospital Association, said there is a very sharp increase, it appears, in younger adults. These are largely people who think that their age is protecting them from getting very sick from COVID-19. That is not happening. Dr. Chris Baliga, an infectious disease physician from the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health in Washington State, reported that he has seen more patients under the age of 40 than at any other time in the pandemic, while noting that the younger patients appear to be coming in sicker than before. 40% of our cases were under the age of 40, which is mind-boggling to me. We never saw that earlier in the pandemic. So what does that mean, Jesse? If you start seeing it all of a sudden in the second year and a younger generation?
Yeah, good question. I figure the older generation is already getting vaccinated and just passing it on to the younger. But it also could have been like, let's say they didn't care last year, got the virus, didn't know about it, getting it again, and then they're just getting worse effects.
I would say the virus has increased in potency is what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of younger ones which got it but were able to fight it off. But the fact that you're starting to see a surge in hospitalizations, a hospitalization is basically ICU and below, right? According to this, in Oregon, a hospital between the ages of 40 and 50 requiring hospitalization. Some patients as young as 30 ending up in the ICU. A lower percentage have had to be placed on a medical ventilation. Daily COVID-19 cases have doubled. This is in Oregon, by the way. The number of patients hospitalized with the virus has surged by 106%. So this is a trend we do not want to see. Obviously, the information has to be spread about, because I know so many that just feel like, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it. Now, I will say it's a trend happening in certain areas other than others. Current estimation, I'm going to share this with you guys in social media so you can see it really quick, so you know I'm not making this up. And that way you can see it for yourself, because this might be something that we're going to start seeing a big of an uptick, and it is important to see. But here it is. So the ones in red are ages 25 to 49. Okay, so you got Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota, and Colorado among the top ones. Okay, those are 25 to 49. Or maybe I got that wrong. No, yeah, that's right. And then 10 to 24 is let's see, a lot of the like above us: Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, and abroad. And then you have like this whole interesting trend, which is odd, but you'll see. Let's see. Did I get it wrong? I think I got it. Maybe I got the color chart wrong. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. 10 to 24, right? Ages 10 to 24 are in light pink. Okay. And then super light pink. Oh, I see. It kind of looks off. I don't even know how this chart works. Okay. My point is this. Ages 1 to 9, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, by the way. And then everybody else is higher. I think it's 1 to 9 or 10 to 24. I don't know. The point is, these are the ages that we're starting to see an uptick in. Not good. Okay. So, but it's interesting the way you see the graph. It's almost like it's eastward moving westward. So if there is a virus that is mutated, that is not a typical original coronavirus as of last year that we got exposed to, evidently it's either become stronger or people are less immune to it at a younger age. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, so be careful over there. Katya Wunderland says Switzerland is a very good country, but we are not making any progress with vaccination. Only 10% of the population have both vaccinations. We're only 8 million people. That's wow. Thank you for that update, Katya. Okay, we got to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more information right after this. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
The Beljanski Foundation offers you the scientific approach to healing used successfully by Francois Mitterrand, the former president of France. The Beljanski Foundation offers you non-toxic, scientifically supported methods to regain your health. Visit the Beljanski Foundation website, www.beljanski.org. You'll be glad you did. That's www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Foundation. The information is essential. The Beljanski Foundation. www.beljanski.org. The Beljanski Method, now in America. www.beljanski.org.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, and LinkedIn. Glad to have you with us. On today's show, we're talking about the obvious, going into fun land this weekend, but not throwing any... don't throw any harm out there, okay? Seriously, because evidently people are still getting sick. Surges are happening, and in just because people feel like they're feeling better and looking better, of course, getting some good sun, doesn't mean necessarily we could just throw caution to the wind there. Now, I saw this, and this is interesting because we've been having a lot of huge surge, especially if you're in anywhere near India. There is a huge surge there, right? We've talked about that. And this is a good story here. Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Friday offered additional assistance to India in battling the outbreak ravaging the country, putting aside a simmering rivalry and tensions along their disputed border. State media reported that Xi told Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a personal message of condolence Friday that he was very concerned about the recent situation in India with the COVID-19 outbreak. He said China is willing to provide additional support and assistance because mankind is a community of common destiny, sharing, I'm not sure on this word, weal and woe, and only through unity and cooperation can the nations of the world ultimately overcome the pandemic. Under the leadership of the Indian government, he added, quote, the people of India will certainly overcome the pandemic. Chinese media said a first batch of 25,000 oxygen concentrators pledged to India has arrived in the country. The report said China has already shipped 5,000 ventilators and 21,000 oxygen generators. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said the Chinese public, the Chinese Red Cross, local governments, NGOs, and enterprises have all taken actions and managed to raise much-needed anti-epidemic supplies for the Indian side and then send them to the Indian people as soon as possible. Along with the ventilators and oxygen concentrators, more than 15,000 sets of monitors and nearly 3,800 tons of medical supplies and medications have been shipped to India. Chinese manufacturers of anti-epidemic materials and medical equipment are working at full capacity to speed up production. The assistance comes despite an intense rivalry between the countries, Beijing's distrust of closer India-U.S. ties, ongoing border tensions following a bloody clash last year in the Ladakh region. We talked about that. Wang also said Chinese airlines are operating cargo flights to India, and authorities are accelerating customs clearance and transport for supplies such as liquid oxygen storage tanks and oxygen generators from several Chinese. Wang said, quote, China will continue to maintain smooth export channels for materials to India. Now, I will say this. I love seeing this because it's basically saying, in essence, let's work together. If we remember correctly, India and China, you know, for those of us in the U.S. that don't know our geography, you got about 1.3 billion in, I think, India, and kind of conservatively 1.2 in China. And the reality is that they both are neighbors, right? So it stands to wonder again, working together like this would be and make the most sense. We really sometimes think we're the, dominant here in the U.S., and maybe we are here in the U.S., but we're considerably less than China and India combined, obviously. So the question of the day is, are you going to work and help your fellow man like these two neighbors are? Put your differences aside and say we're both connected on this planet, because viruses don't exactly stay in regions. Once you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it says, oh, there's a border, I'm going to stop there. So it just doesn't work that way, through human transmission, because people just, there's no, there's a lot of imaginary lines. So there you go. So don't create an imaginary line in your head. And I mean, unless, of course, you don't want to break the law, you got to, use a passport. I'm not suggesting the other, but obviously, don't, each to their own is my point. But the virus doesn't really just, you know what? The virus is one of the few things that is not racist. You know what I mean? So don't be racist. What? I'm just saying, the virus says, hey, hello. Oh, you got a body that I can attack. Yay. And it doesn't look at other characteristics. It's just, so, don't be like a virus, but, be, I guess, all encompassing to all, like I don't even know how to say that. It just, if there were a love virus, have the love virus, but don't That's the only virus you should be spreading, pretty much. And then you got to be careful of that because then there's other kinds of viruses. So don't spread. You know what? I'm just going to shut up. You have a story over there, right, Jesse? Tell me you do.
Yeah, let's change the subject. So I was watching, I watch TikTok sometimes, but I don't watch those dancing ones. I watch ones with like little stories. So there was one TikTok that I saw, and it was about this guy. He was digging in his backyard for something, and he came across a concrete block. So during the little TikToks, he starts to investigate and come across he starts digging around it, and he sees that it has a lid, a really heavy lid. So he opens it, and guess what he found inside?
Oh, a snake.
No, it was actually a septic tank he didn't know he had.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. But that actually led me to another story I read last night before I went to bed. A Las Vegas couple, they were making a pool. Okay, they had a construction crew. They were digging a pool in their backyard, and they unearthed a set of bones. So you know what that means. They have to call the cops because you don't know where these bones came from and stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to be caught with the bones like, I just found them. They're like, or did you bury them? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, so they take it to the police. They do some investigating. They're not human bones. They belong to an animal, probably like a horse or something from the last ice age, around 14,000 years ago.
Oh, okay. So these weren't human remains.
No, so what they actually discovered was they discovered fossils in their backyard.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right.
So yeah, this was in Las Vegas. So apparently around that area there used to be like a natural spring, and so most likely you'll find a bunch of fossils if you start digging. So I was like, oh, that's really cool, especially if you find something in your backyard. I'd love to find a dinosaur, but
well, I'm
equally cool.
I'm looking at the fossil remain right here. I'm trying to bring it for our audience. So
okay, good.
Excuse me for delaying, but there it is. And you know what? I've got to say, yeah, I would not know what the heck that is. So I mean, they said it was a horse though.
It was like a horse type animal. I'm not sure if they know the exact species.
Yeah.
It looks like a horse, like the way the jaw is shaped.
Well, it dates back to Earth's most recent ice age. Matt Perkins and his husband, recently moved from Washington State to a newly built home in Nevada. Said police and crime scene investigators showed up Monday at their home to analyze the bones. It says, quote, the pool guy said he was going to come to check out the pool. We assumed that was normal. We wake up, he's out front with the police. Oh, he called the police. The pool builders discovered the bones about 5 feet below ground. After an investigation, police said the bones did not belong to a human. Oh, I see that. So the poor pool guy, they're going to kill me. He called the police. Like, you did the right thing as a pool guy. After an investigation, police said the bones did not belong to a human, raised no law enforcement concerns. Nevada Science Center research director Joshua Bond said the bones are between 6,000 and 14,000 years old and are those of a horse or similar large mammal. I don't know if it's a horse. Sounds a little sketchy, Ice Age. Bond said the area where they were found was fed by natural springs and served as a watering spot for wildlife in the arid Mojave Desert about 14,000 years ago. The backyard discovery came near Tool Springs Fossil Beds National Monument, where rare fossils such as mammoths have been unearthed before. Now, that would be cool to find a mammoth in your backyard, I think. If people are digging in their backyard, it shouldn't be a surprise when they hit something. Now everybody's going to start digging. You got nothing to do, start digging. He noted that the U.S. has laws that discovered fossils belong to property owners. Perkins is now deciding how best to preserve the fossil. You know what? I would too. That's actually kind of smart. So there you go. Animal bones discovered. You know what? I would be freaked out, Jesse, if I was doing something that I saw some human remain bones. Like, what do? You don't notify the owner, right? That was a smart thing, I think, for the pool guy to do. I was freak out.
Like if I were to find bones, I would freak out. I'd be like, oh my god, did we just discover like a mob burial ground or something where they just ditch their bodies?
Oh, that'd be terrible. So what would you do? Would you do that? I don't know what I would do. I really don't. So there you go. Let's see. Algenia says it looks like a jawbone of Samson. I see. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the one that he used in the storyline. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll regroup right after this. Stay tuned.
Top Line Industrial Supply, your destination for industrial tools and supplies. We make hoses while you wait, hydraulic, air, water, and custom brake lines. Take advantage of our large selection of fasteners from grade 5 to grade F911 and a full line of stainless steel bolts. Our no-cost outside shop service keeps you stocked at no extra charge. Come by one of our 2 convenient locations in Beaumont and Temecula and visit top-lineindustrial.com. At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products, we sell solutions.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second day ground, next day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness, 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Don't forget to download our app. It is free, and you can always have something to listen to if you are bored at home. It is definitely something you should check out, and I recommend it wholly. Okay, so this interesting news. Newsom, Governor Gavin Newsom met with San Fernando business owners who've been hit hard through COVID-19 pandemic for signing legislation that's providing $6.2 billion in tax cuts for small businesses over the next 6 years. Newsom visited multiple small businesses before ending up at a sushi restaurant in the city of San Fernando, where he spoke about the tax relief plan. Under the legislation, AB 80, Forgiven Paycheck Protection Program loans received by businesses from the federal government will not be considered taxable income. Businesses will be able to deduct the expenses the loans were used for. Newsom said, quote, help is on the way in the form of a $6.2 billion tax cut, which will provide support not to large publicly traded companies, but to the mom and pop businesses, the beauty salons, restaurants, and dental offices, which have been resilient during this difficult time. The small business tax relief is exactly what's needed to keep businesses open so they can continue paying their employees. Newsom was joined by other elected and community officials, including actor and business owner Danny Trejo, good job, Danny, and State Senate Majority Leader Bob Hertzberg of Van Nuys. Hertzberg said, quote, here in our own San Fernando Valley and across the state, small business is, in many ways, the soul of this state. It represents the hopes and dreams and sweat and toil that forms the foundation of our California dream. Today, with this new law passed on a bipartisan basis, we are taking another step closer to repairing some of the damages caused by this overwhelming global pandemic. Newsom answered questions about the recall that recently garnered enough signatures. He said, quote, we're going to defeat the recall. We're going to focus on getting people back to work. We're going to focus on people getting back fully to in-person instruction in our schools. We're going to get this economy moving again. And more important than anything else, we're going to get vaccines in people's arms so we can do all of that faster. And he says, what am I doing to address the issue? That's exactly what I'm doing every day, 24/7, focusing on vaccines, focusing on supporting small businesses. And he's got to start focusing on the renters, by the way, because that's going up around the corner. The governor said the state does not plan to fully reopen on June 15th, saying that the vaccination rate is outpacing his ambitions, while also saying we cannot take our eye off the ball. I will agree with him on that. Absolutely. So good job there. And again, thinking about people is always the better thing to do, not yourself, and just let the other stuff just happen as they may. So there you go. And you know what? I will say this, at least we're not as bad as we could have been if we didn't enact certain things. I'm not saying go vote for the guy. I'm just saying many people got mad at him for doing a lot of the right thing opposite of what Trump was doing, which in reality, at least our deaths are not like double or even triple of what they could have been. Just saying, not again saying go vote for the guy. I'm just saying, right? I mean, aren't you glad to have a governor and mayor that actually were doing the right thing here? Just saying.
I don't know enough about their accomplishment to comment on that. So, yeah, I mean, all I hear is Newsom bad, Newsom good. It's just like you hear both sides. I just want give me the facts and let me judge for myself.
That's what I say. I mean, at the end of the day, did he enact certain things like, and I get certain ones, especially like in other parts of California, which I've actually stayed in, where it's just like, no, we hate Newsom, F Newsom, da 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 da, and I'm like, wow, you guys are like next level. But they're all areas that didn't want to wear any face masks, and often we're like, coronavirus is a lie. So I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand you. And then later on, but I get. Okay, here's what I get. Like certain gyms and owners are out of business because they couldn't operate their business. However, what else do you do during a pandemic, and not a local pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, right? So if you know somebody that's dying, and or you kind of start realizing what's more important, life and or the other, especially if it could be done so easily. So I don't know. I've got theories, but I get it. He's not the fan of everybody, and I get that. I'm not saying go vote for the guy. I'm just saying if you look at his track record, usually when you find out why people are upset, it's usually having to do with several things financially. So has he done the right thing for California to be able to say, hey, we got to put because people were taking advantage of the rent. And my mom reminded me of that because I forgot about that certain people were raising the rent prior to putting it on lockdown, just trying to eke out as much money as they could. So those are the same money that are really upset at everybody else for not, paying, even though they have the ability to apply for federal aid. So, it is that, but whatever. So what are you going to do? Let's see. Lots of stuff happening in the world. Let's go to your social media comments and see what you got saying over there. Let's see. Okay. Rosalie stepped away because she's at work, and she said, what did I miss? You missed absolutely nothing. So don't worry about it. So you get caught up on the app. It's free. Let's see. Oh, also this one. I wanted to share this really quick before we left off. Don't forget, again, Disneyland is open, by the way. Okay. Disneyland is open. So that's kind of cool. And then that means downtown Disney is open as well. If you want to go take the family, do so safely. And then, of course, you can check out some of the cool stuff out in the area. It's got like the little City Walk thing going on, or maybe you want to go to City Walk. I don't know if City Walk's open, but there you go. Authorities need help identified men who have been captured on surveillance video installing at least devices found at ATMs in Thousand Oaks. Ventura County Sheriff's officials say the 5 ATM debit card skimming devices have been found installed at both walk-up and drop ATMs and are believed to target EDD debit cards. EDD debit cards do not contain EMV chips, which encrypts the data and allows fraudsters to skim the data more easily. How sad is that, Jesse? That's terrible.
Wait, are you saying that little microchip isn't safe now?
I guess not. I don't know. I'm just finding this out. Easily skimmable. Does that make sense? So when they do a little, skimming thing.
Yeah,
Have you
it's
seen that? How they do that?
Yeah, I've seen how they do it. It's pretty crazy. And so now I usually, when I input my card, I jiggle the little thing just to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, that's smart actually, because that could be done at gas stations, right? And sometimes certain ones like lock you in, and those are kind of cool, I guess. And then there's other ones that just do their thing. So here's my point: be aware of where you swipe your card, because can and might be scanned. But so this is what they saw. This was the latest. And you need to be aware of this. Let's see, according to this, ATMs have been outfitted with deep insert skimmers, which is a wafer-thin fraud device that fits invisibly in a cash machine's card acceptance slot to capture access to card data. Ooh, this is a whole next level. They are usually accompanied by a pinhole camera glued or taped to the outside of the ATM machine to capture the card's PIN number. Together, these devices collect ATM and debit card data, so fraudulent withdrawals can be made from a victim's account. Authorities did not identify where the devices were found, but say they've been an increase in skimmers being used in Ventura County. As a precaution, authorities recommend people go inside a bank to withdraw cash from an ATM or cover the keypad with your other hand while inputting a PIN number. 2 men were captured on surveillance while installing one of these skimming devices. Anyone with information about the men or the ATM skimming devices can contact Ventura County Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. That's 800-222-TIPS. A reward of up to $1,000 of information is available, by the way. I will say this, at least they wore a face mask. But, of course they did, because they're criminals. So,
right? At least they wore a face mask. You know what? They don't want to get caught, so they don't want you to see their face.
Yeah, pretty much. So, boy, oh boy, sucks to be you guys. You'll probably be caught in 3 days. Okay, people, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for making it a great day. And remember, life is worth living, so live it well. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, people. I know crime investigators about it's $1,000 going for these guys. Seriously, did they take your money? Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm actually gonna do a little investigative reporting here. Let's see. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually zoom in on this. Okay, so we know the guy wears a pen shirt, right? Okay, so that's number one. And number two, who's the guy in the back? This guy. All right, let's see. Who's this guy? All right. You see him? All right, what's he wearing? All right, should we zoom in a little bit further? Let's do a little crime scene investigation. You guys watch that? We should totally do that. Let's go to Ventura County and figure out who these guys are. Okay. Obviously they're in the area because they like Ventura County, right? Okay. So this guy. Let's see. Hello, Mister. I see you. Okay. So let's see. And this guy. Let's see. He didn't shave. So there you go. All right. And then this guy's got a little hairline there, and that's a little interesting. All right. He's got a haircut, so he likes to take care of his hair. That's for sure. This guy, not so much, obviously, right? He's just like, whatever. Let's cash in really big, really quick. And I mean, if this is your money, and your money is like gone, unemployment, right? So there you go. Leave that up for a little bit, right? Anybody have any clues? Seriously, we could split the $1,000. I mean, come on. 800-222-TIPS. 800-222-TIPS. I kind of want to hang out in Ventura County and just find these guys and then report them, right? I tell you, I'm just saying it's the right thing to do. I think we should do it. Can get some money, quick, fast cash. Let's see. Let's see. Algeria says, that's sad, folks. Still trying to scam. They need better camera drone system. Let's see. CSI has technology. You can zoom in on the lady's face. So there you go. Hey. All right. So yeah, that's what they're using, and they just whatever. They got too much time on their hands. But there you go. I mean, if you're stealing from anybody like that, I mean, I will say, props to you. Where did you buy the little skimmer devices? That's number one. That's how I would trace it. Number one. Number two would be obviously who manufactures it, or did they make them themselves? And if so, then that means you got a time in prison to figure out what kind of engineering degree you should get. All right, people, make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.